All About Symbian and Mobile Industry Review.
Well, Android, is really a marketing label for Linux-based development and open source development in mobile. It happens to be, Google's label on a distribution. So in that context, we've seen a lot of companies take those investments they've made in R&D and elsewhere in Linux and embrace a semi-open model in Android. And of course, as you point out, there's a lot of momentum behind that type of product creation. But I think what you'll see over time is that if you compare ecosystems, I think you'll see many companies that are producing the Android products and services have yet to find a way to sustain returns on the investments they've been making, either into the platform, into the products, or into those services. In fact, you could argue that the lion's share of what will occur in an Android ecosystem will benefit Google, but few other companies. So I think as we go through time, what will happen is there will be a shift from a lot of other companies that don't embrace Symbian today to leveraging the Symbian platform. More than that, coming into the Symbian ecosystem because they can get returns on those investments in what really is the largest mobile marketplace for smartphone products. Absolutely, and I would extend an open invitation just to make a point here, if nothing else, that Andy Rubin and others on the Google team can come sit on our councils. They can come check in code. I haven't had the same invite from them. In fact, I haven't heard from anybody who's been invited to come have a direct role from outside the Google business on the future of that Android system in any way. And so I do think that key difference between us will make all the difference over time. Yes, I absolutely see it that way. We have a large annual growth rate. Anybody who thinks the distribution of either in volume or value of the Symbian products is shrinking or declining isn't reading the numbers. We're actually growing quarter over quarter, shipping more units quarter over quarter, and by some estimates we have a 20% plus compounded annual growth rate for Symbian product shipments. So in this context, I think the momentum definitely continues. And as people again realize the benefits of what we're offering in open governance, what we're offering in free code, and other things that will continue to get traction. Yeah, I think a few things are bound to happen. One, because of what we've done in opening the platform and handing over the reins, if you will, of the future to the industry and to consumers directly. I think one of the most exciting things about the next 5 years is that we don't know, is that anything can happen. So I think wait and see. I think there are going to be some real surprises in terms of where we go in that regard. But if you take it a step further, I think another thing you see is you see Symbian products going into areas other than just mobile. I think it's very likely you'll see that. I also think you'll see the Symbian platform grow in some pretty extensive ways. And what I mean by that is grow with the incorporation of applications and features that'll be quite unique for people. So, I would think well beyond the area of augmented reality and these types of things. I would think beyond the area of simply web browsing and think about how you can mash up all of these things in some unique ways. I think you'll see that on our platform first. The prime emphasis I would have on where to look for for us in the future is what was going to happen in technology and mobile 5+ years from now has a chance of happening in a much shorter time frame. This can happen in 2 to 3 years with our model and with the level of code access we've provided and with the member company and developer support we have. So the exciting thing is we're actually going to accelerate the future. And time will tell exactly what those surprises are that show up in the platform.
Stay tuned for more at All About Symbian and Mobile Industry Review.